Hi guys, so too much lactic means tightness. And what do I mean by that? Well, we're specifically talking about 400 meters here. So 400 meter athletes should pay attention to this. If you've got too much lactic at the end of the race, then you started the race with too much tightness. And it's an indication of too much tightness. Now, if we backtrack to what does that tightness mean? Why are we tight before the race in the first place? Well, the fact is that we're unsure of ourselves. We have doubt because when we're at athletes, we're unsure about our capabilities to run that 400 meters. And when we do that, athletes will try harder. And when you've got doubt and you try hard and you put that mix together, that's going to create tightness and you're going to fatigue earlier. So the first point is to always, when you look at it, no world record, if you look at it, or decent run, or even by you, if you've done a PB, your fastest race, if you've done a specific good amount of racing, you'll find your fastest race is always the easiest. You'll see the world records in the 100 meters or 200 meters, even going up to the 800 meters, you see the athlete is not failing at the end. She or she's not fatiguing at the end. They're just sustaining the pace. So they're slowing down slower. So they're going to find that the lactic is not as built up in that aspect because they're in the zone. When you're in the zone, lactic doesn't build up, or very little lactic. It's a limited amount of lactic that builds up. So you've got to understand that when you're starting the race and you've got too much lactic, if you've done a series of races or a couple of races and you found that you've been failing at the end, then you started the race with too much tightness. You started the race with too much doubt. Doubt leads to tightness. So what you're going to do is always concentrating on what you're doing, how you approach the race. Are you doing the breathing? Are you've got mind-body connection? Are you feeling your body? Are you saying so what to your nerves? Are you observing your nerves and just noticing that there and just pushing to the side and just concentrating on your breathing? Are you allowing yourself to be drawn in by your nerves? That will create doubt in your mind because the nerves are there. You're approaching a kind of a challenge for you. And when you're approached by a challenge, doubts will always come in. So you need to really observe how you approach the race. Too much lactic at the end of a 400 shows that you're not approaching the race in the right way. Shows you're not focused on one desire, what you want to get out of the race. So that's just one thing to think. We often think that society, and specifically around athletics, that you should leave everything on the table or leave everything on the track. You should feel fatigued at the end of a race. Well, no, you shouldn't. That's not the way. Your fastest races will always be the easiest. Your fastest races will be always when the actual lactic is not taken over your body and you don't feel like you're running through concrete at the end of a race. That's not a good race. When you've got confidence and you've got no doubt in your mind, then you run with focus, then you can apply power and you're going to be more relaxed. Therefore, you're going to apply more power and it's not going to fatigue you because the power you're going is going into running quickly. It's not going into tightening you up. Remember that. It's like the doubt you feel will lead to tightness. That's what's going to lead to more lactic in that race. So my advice to you is that if you be an athlete who often feels that kind of lactic, at the end of the race, then you've got to just concentrate on how you approach the race. Are you approaching the race with no doubt? Are you approaching the race saying so what to your nerves? Are you actually concentrating on breathing to relax the shoulders? Are you feeling the body? Because once you feel the body, you're not allowing the mind to take you over with too much thinking. So too much lactic. Now, some of you might, just one last thing, some of you might think, well, my fastest race will always were really tough and lactic riddled and everything. And well, my question is to you, have you raced enough? Because that's an indication. If you feel that the lactic was the toughest race of always, you're actually quickest, then I don't think you've raced enough. When you've got a period of long block and experience of racing, the idea of just everything, the hardest race is always the quickest and more effort. You need to put in more effort. It doesn't add up. When you've got tell me, when you've had it, trust me, when you've had a block of races, you'll know the racing that you'll have more chance of doing faster, and you'll notice the races that are quicker, and you'll notice what you did, how it felt at those races. And there was very little lactic in those races. So approach the race in a better way. That's where you need to focus on. Before you get in the blocks, how are you feeling? How do you feel about the race that you're going to have? So that's just my video for today. Please like, please share, and please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.